Are you thinking of moving to Greeley, but you are tired of mowing your lawn? You're tired of shoveling your own driveway in the wintertime. You don't want to deal with painting your house or putting on a new roof. I don't blame you at all. Now, we have a lot of patio homes or condos or townhomes, and we have some options for you here in Greeley. And so we're going to go through those, and we're going to look at some of the pros and some of the cons and look at what might be a good fit for you if this is you. Now, I am also going to save my favorite area for last, so you want to make sure you watch until the end. Hi, my name is Jamie Eklund, and I'm a realtor here in the beautiful state of Colorado. On this channel, we talk about all things living in Colorado. If you're thinking of moving to Colorado, if you're thinking of maybe moving within Colorado, you may want to consider subscribing to the channel and hit that bell notification to be notified next time I post a video. Now, I get calls from people all the time who are thinking of moving to Colorado, and they're asking me, what is life like there? And I do the best I possibly can, and I'm as candid as I possibly can be with my response. Understand this is my opinion, but I've lived here for the last 15 years, and I'll tell you what my opinion is. Now, I hope that if you are thinking that this would be helpful to you, and if it is, give me a call. I'd love to talk to you, and I'd love to help you make such a big decision. Now, first on my list is the Cottonwood Creek area. Now, this is one of the older condo areas. It's almost explicitly condos over there, but it still has some pretty cool things to offer you. It's right in the heart of Greeley. It's in walking distance to King Soopers and some restaurants and a little bit of shopping. So you're really close to a lot of different things. There's a park just across the street, and it also has a clubhouse and a pool that comes along with this subdivision. Now, this is probably, the early 60s to late 70s is going to be the years that these houses or condos have been built. And so they are a little bit older. Some of them have been really nicely updated. And so even though they are older, they've got some of that charm, some of that quirkiness, but they've been updated. And so it's got kind of the best of the both worlds. Now, you can find double car garages over here, and some have single. And that's, in some of these areas, that's actually fairly unique, especially when it comes to these condo complexes. So if that's something that's interesting to you, you may want to look at the Cottonwood Creek area. The one downside is their HOA is quite a bit more expensive. I suspect it is to take care of the property, which is a fairly large property and a lot of roads. I kind of figure that's probably where the money is going, but it's probably one of the more expensive HOA systems that we have here in Greeley. Now, another place that you may consider moving to is Renaissance at Fox Hill. Now, this doesn't have a pool, doesn't have a clubhouse or anything like that. It's strictly condos. There are some double car garages. It's a pretty compact subdivision. It's not a really large subdivision, but it's right over there on 47th Avenue. And so you have quick access to Highway 34 or to go over to Center Place and do some shopping and the like. It's pretty close to all of those things. So if you're maybe a younger couple or something, a younger individual, you don't want to deal with the yard, you don't really care for all those things, you just need a really nice place to live, Fox Hill at Renaissance may be a really good option for you. Now, another neighborhood that you might want to consider, and this is one of my favorite condo areas actually, not my favorite, not top favorite, but pretty darn close. It is going to be the Pinnacle at T-Bone Ranch. Now, this area is over on the south side of Highway 34, so it's going to be a little bit south Greeley, but it's still pretty far west. Now, there are some condos that back up to Highway 34, and that can be really loud, and so those aren't ideal, but they have little pockets of condos that have their own little private kind of courtyard with all the, just the condos sharing it within that area, which is kind of cool. Almost all of them, and in fact, I think all of them have single car garages So the garages are pretty small in this area, and most of them either have a 1-bedroom or a 2-bedroom. Those are pretty much the only options. Most of the floor plans are all identical, but it does have a fun little clubhouse and pool associated with it as well. And it's kind of a nice area. And so I wouldn't mind living there myself. And so that may be a good option for you. It's close to some shopping where you can go over to like Big Five, and I think Natural Grocers are over there, and a few different shops as well. But there's not a ton of shopping over in that area. You have to go to the center place, and that's a little bit of a ways. You wouldn't want to ride a bike over there necessarily, but it's a 5-minute drive, so it's not too bad either. Now, if I was going to go buy a condo or a patio home in Greeley, probably one of my top neighborhoods would be the Summer Park area. Now, Summer Park, the HOA is actually pretty reasonable, I think, for what you get. It takes care of the external maintenance, and it takes care of the lawn and the snow removal and some water sewer. And there is a really nice pool and clubhouse over there as well. So you do get a lot over there. And there's a lot of diversity as far as the housing is concerned over there. You've got your standard, condos with little private courtyards, which are nice. But then you have some more patio home type, they're still attached, but in some of them, it's like more of a duplex, but they still take care of the entire property. And so you can have a little bit of a mix. And a lot of the people I talk to that are looking to do this, they're older couples that are just tired of doing yard work and they want somebody else to do it, but they also don't want to do a lot of stairs, and I don't blame them. And so a lot of people are looking for the main floor, looking for a ranch, and Summer Park has a lot of those. It's one of the largest kind of a condo patio home communities that we have in Greeley, if not the largest. It probably is the largest. And it's a really nice area. It's not super old, it's fairly new, but there's still some trees that are mature, and it's really well kept. And so it's a great place to consider. Now, we still have pockets of condos all over the place, and so it really depends on what you are looking for. If you have more questions, I encourage you to get a hold of me. I'd love to answer some questions. I'd love to drive you around and show you some of these other areas. I'm also including down in the description a relocation guide. If you're thinking of moving to Greeley, then go ahead and download that. It's absolutely free, and it hopefully will be a good resource for you.